Hi everyone, Carter Kushner here for our T20 World Cup Daily on From the Pavilion. We are brought to you every day by the Boca Raton Tribune, your closest neighbor. BocaRatonTribune.com is where you can find it. Best hyper-local coverage in South Florida and the best cricket coverage of any newspaper in the state of Florida. So, massive day at the T20 World Cup. U.S. with a huge win. Not just a win, right? The U.S. beat Canada in the last World Cup, beat Pakistan in the Super Over. They've won T20 internationals before, but a massive, huge win over the Netherlands. A statement win, if you will, in the development of USA cricket. The shock, of course, of Zimbabwe beating Australia. They've beaten them before, and now they beat them again. And Zimbabwe, of course, missed the last World Cup. They didn't qualify for the last World Cup. So that's a talking point. Canada loses again to UAE. UAE without one of their best batsmen was sent home. But we're not going to focus on that Canada-UAE match. Let's start with Zimbabwe and Australia, because we obviously have a lot more to talk about with the U.S. match. This is Zimbabwe repeating their famous upset from 2007 in the inaugural edition of the T20 World Cup. And they played Australia twice in this competition, and they've beaten them twice. Brian Bennett was pretty unbelievable. What a player. Unbeaten 64 off of 56 balls. Anchoring the innings for Zimbabwe. And it was interesting because Zimbabwe, I think their plan was very simple. We're not gonna chase boundaries. We are just gonna keep the flow of runs going while keeping wickets in hand, and that paid off. Muzaran Bani, 17 for 4. It speaks for itself. It's really incredible bowling. He got a wicket also, and this was really a statement win for Zimbabwe. Now, of course, one of the things I would point out about Australia, and this is really critical, is that without Pat Cummins, without some of the other people that they have, that they're missing, they are less experienced at this level. Now, there's no shortage of depth of players in the Australia squad, but this was a really poor performance from them. Matt Renshaw was pretty good. He did get 65 off of 44, kept his wicket alive, mixed some fours in there, missed some boundaries in there. But now Group B is wide open. Australia shocked in the last World Cup by Afghanistan in the Super 8s. Now they may not even get out of the group. Zimbabwe, Sri Lanka, both with a chance. Australia may be chasing the rest of the time. So that was a remarkable upset. Let's talk about the U.S. Netherlands match, because a couple of things. First off, at the Chepak, historically, a ground I know very well in Chennai, which is the town my family is from it's called town, it's a huge metropolitan area, city that much of my family is from in India. It usually favors chasing teams, okay? So you want to bowl first. The U.S., knowing this, shook up the lineup substantially. Difficult to see Andres House not in this team. Netravalkar not in this team. The return of Ali Khan, very, very important from the bowling perspective. Shubham was able to bowl today. His leg is better. And some of the changes that were made really had an impact on this match. Mukamala coming into the team, the 21-year-old, the prodigy from New Jersey, who was born and raised in the United States, went back to Hyderabad for a year. That helped his cricket development, but is basically American born and bred, which is a rarity in this sport, right? We have a team of a majority of the team was born overseas, and he and Sanjay Krishnamurthy are the great hopes in American cricket at the moment. Now, what I think is really significant is that we were looking at that opening partnership of Cheyenne and Manak inserting himself in the opening partnership, the captain, trying to anchor the innings, not lose their wickets quickly. Now, there was a flow of runs early, but they did both lose their wickets And at that point, it looked like the Netherlands might go through some quick wickets. And a lot of other American batters struggled at times. Let me pull up the scorecard because I'm trying to recollect our innings before we get to the bowling, which was just brilliant. So in terms of our batting, well, Monaco went for 36 on 22 balls. Cheyenne went for 20 on 14. So they kept that opening partnership alive for a while. And then Mukamala goes for 70 and just absolutely makes a statement about his arrival on the international cricket scene. Shubham, who has been just solid as a batter, even with that bum leg and not able to run some things out, he goes for 48 on 24. And Milland and Sanjay, the two that kept the U.S. in the match in Mumbai against India, combined for a total of 4 runs in 6 balls. Really quick wickets. Quickly, they gave away their wickets. Now, Netherlands, I think, were smart in the way they attacked the U.S. batters. Van Beek, very, very good bowler, as we know. Van Beek and Klein were hard to hit today. So the U.S.'s total of 196 is pretty remarkable, considering how hard those two guys were to hit. De Leda, as always, it brings a lot on both all-rounder, both ends of the both batting and bowling. But Shubham was able to keep his bat alive, and as we said, Mukamala was not able to really develop a partnership with anyone because Netherlands were getting his partner's wickets, but he kept going, and there was a concerted effort, and this was really smart strategy from Monaco and the U.S. side. Keep him while he's hot on strike. So there were singles that weren't run out. There were chances maybe to pick up some extra runs that they didn't take in the middle overs because they wanted to keep the hot guy on strike. And that was very smart. Kept his wicket alive. Got to 196. Now, I will say he did chase some balls on the offside that maybe he should not have chased, Mukamala. But he got most of his runs, even most of his boundaries on the offside, which is remarkable in cricket at this level. So he did go chase some balls that maybe could have resulted in a wicket for the Netherlands if the field alignment had been different or some luck had gone their way. But fantastic from him. Now, one of the changes I've been calling for was Kengege to be back in this team. And Kengege bowled really well. He bowled Levitt. That was, I think, maybe the most critical wicket. The headlines go to Van Scadley and Harmeet Singh, Harmeet got, I think, 4 wickets in this match with his left arm spinners and with some variation in his attack. Mohammad Mohsen, fantastic bowling, as we've seen from him the entire tournament. And again, a lot of variation in how he attacked the Netherlands batters. Awards was the guy I was most scared about. I thought that was the most important wicket to get once we got into the middle of the order and the momentum was going our way. And that was Moshin that got that wicket. So well bowled from him. Harmeet really on the spot. Van Scadley again on the spot, getting critical wickets at critical times. Ali Khan being back really helped because there was a couple of wild balls in that first over and gave up 8 runs, 2 of them on no balls. But you could tell that his delivery, the length might have been a little off, but you got a good look at what the Netherlands batters were chasing on the track in Chennai. And it set up the rest of the innings really well. And in fact, Ali Khan did not have to bowl more than 2 overs because we want to see how his fitness holds up because this match was over so quickly. We did not get to the death overs where he would certainly bowl. And smart move by Manak. Harmeet, you would think you want to save for one of the death overs the way he was bowling today, but get his 4 overs over with, try and end this match early, increase the net run rate. Let's see. What else? I mean, there's so much from this match that I'm sure Ed Borth and I will talk about in the future because it was such a historic win. I think a historic win. The best win in the international T20 history of the United States. Maybe even in the international history, if you include, or at least modern history, if you include Test cricket and one day. This was an unbelievable performance and showed what this squad was capable of when they had guys fit, guys that were able to play. Fitness has hobbled this squad. Fitness issues have hobbled this squad in this tournament, and obviously had a great chance to beat India and let them off the hook. Pakistan, I think Pakistan, in spite of the score, I think that Pakistan was well in control of that match. But there were moments there where we were alive. Let's see, what else would I take from this match that was particularly significant? I think when you look at the way the field was set up by Monaco, there was a real understanding. Okay, we have bowlers who are spin bowlers. Let's set up our field in a way where we can force Netherlands batters to chase balls on the offside and then get some quick wickets, get some kind of sloppy. Take advantage of sloppy batting. Now, there were some fielding errors from the United States. This could have been over even sooner, believe it or not. Some fielding errors. There were a few that came right through the crease, but in the end, the U.S. wins by 83 runs. And am I correct? No, sorry. The U.S. wins by 93 runs. So the net run rate is going to be quite good. I said this tournament was probably over for us, and we were trying to just get some statement wins and some confidence going. That's still probably the case, but I have to tell you, when you win a match by this amount and the net run rate basically turns around, now you are effectively, if you beat Namibia, one upset. Either India or the loser of the India-Pakistan match losing another match in an upset away from advancing. So it's important the U.S. go out, do another professional job against Namibia, who is not as strong an opponent as the Netherlands. The U.S. has had all kinds of trouble against the Dutch in the past, by the way, which is another thing that made this remarkable, because where the U.S. is in our cricket evolution, you would think playing any other associate nation in a World Cup is an opportunity. But the Dutch are probably the associate nation I wanted to see the least. And yet it was this decisive. It was quite remarkable, and I'm sure we'll have much more analysis of this performance as time goes on. Ed Borth and I will have a podcast that we will do after for Beyond the Boundary, from the Pavilion, from Beyond the Boundary, that we will do after the Namibia match, with a quick succession of matches for the U.S. This creates a situation where we don't have the opportunity to record a full podcast before that match because of our schedules. So tomorrow, real quickly, Ireland, Oman. Sterling is injured for Ireland, so let's see if he goes. That's an opportunity for them to win a match. Oman have not been great in this tournament. England, Scotland. This is a match I'm really looking forward to. I think England has been sloppy in this World Cup, loose bowling, some very questionable batting at times, batting decisions, some questionable decisions even running between the stumps. So let's see if they get it together against Scotland. Now, they still should beat Scotland and beat Italy and advance. But there's a lot of doubt right now because of how they performed both against Nepal, where they were very fortunate to get out of there, and then the terrible performance against the West Indies, which we spent 10 or 15 minutes breaking down the other day. I don't need to relitigate that. And then New Zealand, South Africa, one of the great matches of the tournament. I think both those countries are probably advancing, although South Africa, there's some question marks about. New Zealand have probably been the best team in this tournament, outside of maybe the West Indies thus far. And we know India and South Africa are probably just feeling their way into the tournament. That's why, again, the U.S. had such an opportunity against India in that first match. And if Ali Khan does not get injured, who knows? Maybe they pull it off. But so we'll be back tomorrow to recap those three matches and then preview what's ahead on Sunday with the U.S. and Namibia and India and Pakistan, the big one.